Galera, semifinal do lado da eliminatória. E olha só que a gente tem Kaina versus Loris, mano. Kaina continua com seu pique de Zerial. E Loris também continua com seu pique de Dusk. Nenhum dos dois tá trazendo Legends antigos que eles jogavam. E vem trazendo os bons resultados. Apesar deles não estarem na Winners, né? Seria um resultado melhor ainda. Mas enfim. Gente, não se esquece, por favorzinho, se você puder me ajudar, tá? Eu consegui fechar uma publi. E se você puder testar o programa, que é um personalizador que organiza a sua área de trabalho, se você puder testar ele, baixa ele, testa, vê o que você acha, eu vou ficar muito feliz, vai me ajudar pra caramba, porque daí a marca vai ver que a publi tá valendo a pena, tá ligado? Então vai no comentário fixado, baixa o programa, testa aí, tá bom? Eu vou ficar muito feliz. Muito obrigado.
Stock lead, we're seeing shades of CEO. This is exactly what happened in Mid-Season Champions. It's these, actually no, not quite the same characters. Anyway, point is kind of though, he ended up getting edge-guarded. He ended up getting his recovery stuffed out. Nicely done from Loris. If there's anything that I always love talking about, Loris's edge-guarding is world class, especially with Spirit. Nobody does it quite like him. He is so tactical. He is so precise with connecting every single downer. Kinda trying to put Loris into the blender. He's getting those side lights. He goes out there. He's able to get the chase dodge neutral afterwards as well. Nicely done. Okay, Loris,
Ooh, nice
side
catch.
light and Sig.
Yeah, you know, you say dodge up, I dare you, right? And that's one of the things that kind of Dusk gets as a unique kind of boon, right? We're talking about how Cassidy gets that 45-degree angle on the NSIG. For Spear, dodge straight up is one of the harder ones to deal with. Either you have to jump, gravity cancel, D-Light to cover it, or you only get like a soft punish with like a recovery. But Dusk gets that NSIG, and that NSIG is so potent.
He tried to fully slow recovery. He ended up whipping his weapon toss, but the side light so true combo is actually not enough to KO from center stage. Kinda, he's playing so slowly, so patiently. He's avoiding the weapon toss. He gets a side light. Loris was out of dodge for just a moment, but the unarmed recovery was not enough. The orb once again, kinda not gonna be able to find the dodge read that he was looking for, but the end light is gonna be able to do it off of Loris's whiff. Kinda keeping up the most gentle, the most delicate of leads. Anything could be the stock, but he misses the D-light recovery true combo.
Yeah, has to find another one, tries to slide in with the down sig. That's not going to work, and that gives Loris another opportunity to get the stock. Perhaps too much of a bet to go for a pure white stock, right? I don't know if Zerial has some conversions you can get off a D-sig off of white, but either way, I mean, Kaina's going to have to go ahead and walk that one off. Nice
He got the jump call out. The pressure, the movement was so aggressive. Loris, the weapon toss, it could have threatened anybody. The weapon toss.
Jogou muito, viu? Jogou muito ali. Bora lá, pessoal, segunda partida. Mesmo mapa, mesmos Legends, bora lá.
And therefore, I do this, and boom, your stock is gone.
Yeah.
Just like that.
So, just like that, kinda gonna be opening off in the same fashion as
Nice
game
try.
one, except that time, he held onto the side sig. He won it all. Loris with the side light, D-light, GC, D-light, Sail, that is so much damage. Just like that with those two combos, he was able to even it back up. GC N-sig didn't connect, but that was a hot button.
Yeah, if that had connected, I mean, Kaina hadn't had a chance to touch the ground and refresh resources, but still here in a really tough spot. Laura's trying to catch him. I mean, Kaina still hasn't touched the floor, did touch the wall though. So got all of those resources back, but in the deep red, Loris takes some time to get back onto the stage, side light, and goes for the jump recovery there, right? It's so good. It covers a third of the different dodge options that you have there. So it's just a really strong option to go for, especially in the KO ranges.
First time that he went through that too, right? Because he was going through side light, he was going through D-light
NSIG.
after, he was going through N-sig. That was the first time we got to see that kind of a dash jump fastball recovery. So love that option. Nice coverage from Loris. He's got a stock lead at this point. Kinda, he's trying to get him stacked. He's trying to be so scary. He is so menacing. He gets a side light, D-light. Okay, where was your jump? Where was your jump? Where was your dodge up? Side light, D-light? I don't know about that.
Yeah, side light, D-light, you know, not a true conversion that the bow gets. Even if you don't have a dodge, once you are out of kind of like the yellowish range, you have the option to jump out of that one. But regardless, nice side six from Loris, throws the orb, it's not going to connect, kind of burns the dodge, and gets the turnaround as well. Tries to go for the D-light. Ooh, dashes off with a nair there. I don't think that was on purpose, but it doesn't matter. That recovery's going to connect and take off that first stock from Loris.
That's right. Okay. Kinda just gonna be looking for that opening again with his beloved side light. He is threatening, he is pressuring, his movement is amazing, but Loris is still able to fight him off of him. He gets the throw of the weapon. I can't believe the recovery was still able to connect. Kinda made it back on for just a second, but the stage spike, is that gonna be able to do it? Loris perfectly positioning himself. That is the coverage, that is the comfort that Spirit gives you. How generous that hitbox is.
Yes, right. Going for recovery there is in a lot of ways the safest play to go for in order to secure the knockout without without having to guess which way Kina's going to drift that large sweeping hitbox. Doing the Lord's work there for Loras. But at this point, I mean, Kina's down an entire stock, right? I mean, granted, did win game 1, so Loras kind of needs this, truth be told, but we'll see. Kind of going for a read yet again in the corner here with these aerial signatures. Goes real deep out there. Yeah, you saw it. Wanted that down air.
Oh, but the D-Light, look at the position that it put him off stage. Look at how much stage control he has lost. He is sweating. Loyalist going to be able to pick up the weapon. Kina has eaten a lot of hits. Loyalist going to be whiffing that side light. Kina going to be finding a side light of his own. But the end sig is going to connect. And just like that, Kina going to be going down in this game 2. Excuse me. They don't oftentimes go for the D-Light all the way deep off stage, especially when you're already at a deficit. That is a huge commitment. Now, granted, if you hit a D-Light, congratulations. You have so many true combo potentials. Now it's 1-2-1. Loyalist, he played so well in that last game. I love the way that he treated his own advantage state. Let's see what they do now. They're not switching the stage. It's all the same.
Okay. And so far, I mean, slight favor in Kina. Has the damage lead. Swapping over to the bow here as well. Goes for the sidelight opener. You can see extremely patient, right? Ready to see, is Loras going to dodge? And once he dodges, what is my option going to be to add oppression afterward? But here, Lora's responding, forcing Kina into the corner. Tries to go for an unarmed down sig and might regret it. Kina's going to run away and grab a weapon instead. Down sig?
Loyalist just being so patient, but Kina guarding the weapon, making sure that nobody is going near it, trying to make it as difficult to approach as possible. He now has the stock lead once again. Loyalist, you see how patient he's being. He's respecting it, but Kina gets a D-Light, gets a cell. Look at the stage control.
Yes. I mean, Kina out here hitting that sig button and making it work for him.
He's hitting
it. Throw, and you have one jump. Yeah, you're not making it back.
Okay.
Nice try, though. Nice try, though. I mean, if there was a world where Loras decided to go out there and try to contend him, you know, might have been able to get a chase dodge or something. But Loras, really good player, recognizes that Kina is not going to make it back this way on
Always
stage.
giving it a shot, both of the GC side sigs for, as well as like the GC end sig on gauntlets for Zariel. Just an excellent way to be able to get back onto the stage. Okay, let's see what the opening is. Loyalist going to be able to get that side light, no follow-up. Oh, so he got the stock. He stayed on top of him. That was so much pressure.
Yeah, if I'm Loras now, if I'm going for that spear side light, I'm just going for an immediate D-Light this time because Kina has proven that he's not dodging out. He's just fast falling out of the hit stun, and that's a little bit tilting to go up against when you're a spear player because you really do want that dodge.
Okay, but sometimes you can just go for the end-sig. You're right, that was not enough to be able to KO that time around. Kina.
I thought it was going to be a Pogo Sayer moment, but Loras can go for it.
The pressure, he's staying on top. That's going to be the side light Sayer that time around. So much less committal. He was able to get the hit. He now has an incredible lead to his name. Loyalist fight back. You got Orb. You got to hit that side light. You got to be able to get that recovery. You have to be able to get the side light and Sig. That's going to do it because he had, say it with me, no dodge.
No dodge. Yeah, no, that was great from Kina. Or rather from Loras to go ahead and bring that back onto Kina. But still has a lot of damage to make up for here. Might not survive this edge guard situation. Kina goes for the down stick. It's not going to connect. Gives Loras an opportunity. You don't want to end up in Pogo Island here against Loras. We already know how good he is with these edge guards. Kina's in bad spot.
Kina just got to eat those hits. The immediate recovery. Finally fighting his way to be able to get back on, but he took so much damage. That's right. Going for the extension. Kina only going to be able to get a side light for his troubles. I have not seen him go for an end light this entire match.
Yeah, your D-Light recovery territory, though. Oh, let's see.
But you got to be able to hit that D-Light, which can be a little bit tricky. The side light comes out. Loras with a crazy wake-up option. The GC side sig. Listen, if it hit, it hit. It didn't hit, well, you look a little bit foolish.
Yeah, that is how it goes, right? If it hits, you're a genius. And if it doesn't, you look, as you said, foolish. Honestly,
the only time that he's done that, mind you. Every single time. Side-light D-Light. Side-light Sig.
Small Fortress of Lions.
I have not seen him do that with Bo up until that last
Eu
song.
tô nervoso, velho.
I feel like usually what happens is he gets a side light and then he gets a dodge, right? So then he usually dashes forward to bait out the dodge. I feel like the movement is actually the same from Kina and consistently with what he's been doing. The only difference is that Loras didn't have a dodge. And so he just kind of backed up and then was like, all right, word, I get this. But that's why he does that movement the way that he does, I think, because it gives him that opportunity to get those punishes.
Both went through the last stock mix-up. That was crazy, and it was just Kina that was on top. There were so many layers to that interaction. We can talk about it endlessly, but right now, Kina's up 2-1. Loras, he's got to be able to fight back here, and he has the lead at the moment.
Wow, nice catch. Just like that, manages to close out that first stock. I mean, Loras able to swat, catches him in the middle of a hitbox, and then is able to convert off of that with the side light Sayer, I believe. And now Kaina has a pair of gauntlets here. I think started up some signature. I couldn't really tell which one it was. It was either down or side, but yeah, just having a tough time getting it on Lores. Responds to that dodge up though, but isn't able to get more than just an air, which puts Lores in the corner, which means it's a good spot for Kaina to go ahead and try to get more pressure, but...
Oh, the pressure, Kaina. He loves delaying his option after the sidelight that he just stays on top of his opponent. He waits for the dodge, and then he's just able to punish it. Unfortunately, he was not able to get the stock off the top. Loyalist is still hanging on for a little bit longer. He goes just for the extended chase dodge. They're not going for the cancel into the recovery or anything. Okay, huge punish opportunity.
Okay, side sig hitting real hard there, but not enough to get the stock. I mean, Laura is effectively lapping Kaina at this point. The recovery is not going to connect. Needs a sidelight. Can we find it? Kaina gets the weapon spawn, has the bow, but eats a nice little board signature coming out from Lores. I mean, that was tough.
That was tough. Loyalist is looking amazing. D-Light neutral. He's trying to get those juggles going. Kaina, he needs anything. D-Light and Light. Okay, not going to be able to connect her. Goes for the weapon toss down. Loyalist is keeping him out. He is doing what Loyal does best, and that is run away through dear life. The N-Light not going to be able to KO from center stage. Kaina, you got to get one stock, man. It has to be anything. Get him. No.
Oh my gosh, okay, I was scared that kind of was gonna get hit by that second swing there, but managed to space himself properly around it to have Laura step through him so he could turn around and get the punish. But yeah, kind of severely on the back foot here. And you can see, right, gets these sidelights and then runs aggressively towards Lores, but isn't picking an option. Being extremely patient, but it seems like just not quite knowing. Hold on. Huge punish option. Whoa, 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 all right, well, you know, GG's. I don't know what else to say. Sometimes you just mess up. Sometimes
acho que ele queria se pá dar GC dar Sig, mano. GP ali, eu não entendi. Ah, não. Não sei o que ele pensou ali. O que ele poderia fazer. Game 5, let's go.
Number 5 here of the elimination semis.
There's a lot on the line here. The winner is going to be guaranteed 3rd place. The one eliminated is going to be going home at 4th place here. So there's a lot of money. There's a lot of stakes on the line. You want to be able to qualify. Of course, Kaina going to be hitting one of his only bow and lights of the set. 2 of them. Okay, it's time. Game 5, he brings out all the options on the table. Neutral, recovery, juggling. God, Loyalist has not been able to land. That's going to be the sidelight, D-Light, Sarah as well. Loyalist is deep off stage. He makes it back. He is able to touch, but he has 169 damage. That is so much damage. He's deep into the red. How does he make it back? He does not.
All right, easy stock for Kaina. With the way that Lores was kind of bulldozing through Kaina in the last game, I was a little bit worried for Kaina's kind of ability to respond in this game, but starting off with a side sig already, somehow gets caught by the active frames of that unarmed N-Light from Lores. Lores starting to answer back with his orb and really needs to do it in a large way, because at this point, Kaina has done so much damage to him, and you let it get much further, the odds of you coming back become that much smaller, so we'll see.
The weapon throw, again, he's forced to go back onto the stage and pick up the weapon. Let's see if that actually ends up paying off. He gets those neutralizers. He has kind of swatted off stage and without a weapon. The N-Light to be able to deny him. He tries to be able to catch him going to pick up the weapon, but he ended up missing, and now it is Loyalist that is left weaponless. He tried to go through the D-Light to cover, Kaina going through the weapon. He guessed wrong. He whiffed the cider, and Kaina is getting so much extra credit. Loyalist, you need to close now. You need to close. The GC NSIG.
Caraca.
It's all falling apart for Loyalist. Everything is amazing if you're Kaina right now, but that's a 2-piece. That's a true combo. Can he make this comeback, or is this all Kaina?
Oh, this is really rough. That N-Sig from Kaina really hurt, especially that's the Sig that normally sends to the side, but the slants, making it a spike, going to be way harder for Lores to deal with. And now Lores, you know, quite a bit behind, but hasn't taken any damage yet. All things considered, not a bad position. This is exactly what Lores needs.
Oh, backing off after the sidelight, that was so good because he didn't have any stage. He didn't want to commit to anything. He just wanted to wait out Kaina's defensive option. The GC N-Light, the side, the D-Light down, and Kaina with the ground pound. Loyalist, that is going to be it. That's going to be the game. And
é isso, mano. É isso. Se inscreve pra mais. Tchau, tchau.